Tap, Dr. Ali Muhammad, coming at you live, Aboriginal Radio. Our first night. Definitely ready to get it in tonight on a hot topic. Want the listening audience to know that we are here to share information, to be respectful of one another. This show is actually held for the purpose of communicating the national and international agenda of the International Indigenous Society. And that particular society, well known by some, not known by others, is Aboriginal Union of Aboriginal Moors in North America, who understand and know that it's time for us to really focus our attention on solutions for ourselves and our people. So we're definitely going to be talking about those solutions tonight. Tonight's show is dedicated, focusing on Aboriginal history in North America, something that we have not known or have not known enough of. And we're going to be giving a lot of sources out, a lot of study material, and it's all under the guise of us understanding our picture in this whole global apparatus that we are operating in. We've been taught a lot of things that are erroneous. We've been told places we're from, beings we're from, by white folk. And unfortunately, a lot of our scholars have not taken the stance to actually challenge some of the information that we have all learned in this colonized system. So we're going to be going in on this information. And I realize it's controversial, but can't create change without controversy. We definitely need the controversy in an intelligent way. So we're going to lay down some rules first. I see a lot of people got their hands up and people ready to jump on already. Here are the rules. We respect one another. We love one another as a people. This show is about edification. We are not going to hate on anybody. We will deal with facts. And the facts are that we need to look at our situation in a very meticulous fashion, in a dialogue fashion where we don't shut down anybody's particular perspective. We want to hear what you got to say. You're going to challenge what we say tonight, but that's good, because if I say something incorrect or any of the other hosts that might step up tonight say something incorrect, it's your job to challenge it. It's your job to give a view based on some facts that you can present for our further edification. Our mantra inside of the International Society of Indigenous Sovereigns is similar to what Mr. Garvey gave us when he told us one God, one aim, and one destiny. But we understand that we need one nationality, one aim, and one destiny, and we're moving towards that so that we can understand our position globally properly and then move forward. So we're going to jump into some of the information. The subject tonight that we're going to discuss is the Aboriginal American origin of civilization. We talk about civilization all the time, and we got a lot of books, and we watch Discovery Channel, and we got all kinds of information. But how much do we actually plumb through in order to arrive at some facts? All right? So what we want to do tonight is arrive at some facts, not based on speculation, but based on proper meditation on the information. And we realize that, a lot of people might not know the information that we know, or they have never heard of it. But we're definitely going to go in on this information because it's much needed. And definitely need to begin to study so we can try to figure out if the information that we have been given is correct or not. All right. So let's start it off. What are the topics that we're supposed to cover tonight? I'm going to hit these phone lines early just to say peace to some people, but this is what we're going to go over. We've been conventionally taught that, first of all, white folks have the right, after colonizing the world, to tell the world its history. Any fool with any sense knows that if a group of people who are the minority conquer the majority of the people who are indigenous peoples all across the world, they are not going to tell the truth about their particular histories. They may mix truth with falsehood and tell some truth and, repeat what your ancestors had already wrote down, but it is a political agenda for them to hide the most sacred information that will open your eyes. So with that in mind, we need to understand that we need specialization in certain fields of science, or at least diligent study in those fields, in order to arrive at conclusive facts and perspectives on those particular histories. So, we're going to cover a lot of things that are considered orthodox and break up the orthodox. I also like to say that the show will be ran in 4 segments. First week we'll cover heritage and cosmology. The second week, law and economics. The third week we'll cover our political paradigms that we're engaging nationally and internationally. And the fourth week of every month will be dedicated to health. And if we have a fifth week, we'll have special guests on those fifth and sometimes fourth weeks. So any of you who are scholars, who are giving up some information for our people, we welcome you. Come on to the show. Again, your host tonight is Dr. Ali of the International Indigenous Society. So we're going to go in on this history, this whole origin of where we're from. A lot of us believe that, Lucy in Africa and Adobe Gorge is our ancestors, and we, throwing up our BG and all this, which is good. But it's not good when, we don't have a good way of interpreting the information. So where did humanity originate? We can only go by the facts that are presented to us. And I will say one thing for now: if you have never left the country to do research, you can never answer that question, because most of the material that you need, first-hand research or second-hand research, which is in the form of books, is outside of the so-called United States of America. So those who don't travel, you got a problem, because you can't get literature, because most literature, or the literature that I'm talking about, you can't even get in the United States of America. So we're going to discuss where did humanity originate, or what are the oldest civilizations and where are they? Where are the oldest writings at, the oldest glyph writings, the oldest calendars, right? The oldest pyramids, where are they? The oldest governmental structures, where are they? And what kind of evidence or information will we bring up? Like I said, we're going to give a lot of sources. Now, our preliminary hypothesis is that all of the above originated right here on the landmass that we call America, which is broken up into North, South, and Central America. And that will not be taken well by anybody who is in orthodox science. It won't be taken well by a so-called Afrocentric community and the scholars within that particular community. It might not be taken well by anybody, but that's all right. Truth stands as truth. It doesn't need your agreement. All right, so we're going to look at this information and peruse through it, and we're going to make it very practical, because the practical reality that I'm going to prove in doing these sessions on this particular history is to prove that the so-called African American is of a lineage of people that are the oldest people on the planet. And it was through the conquering of this particular lineage of people that this minority that we call the white race was able to conquer the rest of the globe.